Hello and welcome. Let's make sure it's recording. Yep, it is. Hello and welcome to rural backyard bees. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a hive, and we're going to assume that you're buying a 5-frame nuke. This will work no matter what, but we'll set it up in those pretenses. So first we have a stand here, and that's for my convenience so that I don't have to bend over so far to get to this hive. Then we're going to put our bottom board on there, and we're going to face this east, south, or west is our best options, if we can. Next, we're going to put on our box. We're going to get in on there and lined up, ready to accept our 5-frame nuke. Now, if your weather is bad, or you have traveled a long ways with these bees, there is an advantage to putting your 5-frame nuke on top of your hive after you've set it up in this configuration, and then opening it up and letting your bees out. They'll fly around, they'll get oriented, and you can leave them there for a couple of days if you want. Even if you leave them there for an hour, get them used to it, get them all calmed down from the travel, and then we can proceed with putting them in. So after that, we'll set the nuke off to the side, and we'll open the hive back up. We have an inner cover and a lid. And of course you're going to have your bee suit on and all your protective gear, whatever makes you comfortable. Then we're going to open the hive up, and there will be all your bees, hopefully, safe and sound. Now we're going to get these will all be in there and should be all stuck together. So we're going to need a hive tool. I have 2 different styles. I have this one with the J hook, and then these are just 2 different weights. You can see I like this one. It's lighter, and this is the one I use most of the time. But the others are fine. I have been using the hook a little bit, and it is quite convenient. I'm just not used to it yet. We'll set those off to the side. So what we would do is come in here and loosen that first frame, and we want to pull it out, and we want to check for that queen. We want to try to find that queen. If we don't find her there, you want to put these in the same order that you pulled them out of the 5-frame nuke. So you would loosen the next one, and you would do the same thing. You would look, this should be just covered with bees. So if you're not familiar with looking for the queen, you know, that's something that's you're going to have to practice on and try. Some people can pick her up right off the bat. But regardless, we're going to put these in this box, in this 10-frame, out of the 5-frame, just how we found her, or found them. And we're going to hope that we find the queen. If we find the queen, great, we tuck her in here safe, and we're good to go. Now they might have one frame that's like this and not all the way drawn out, and that's okay. Still put it in just how you found it for right now. And then you want to tighten those frames back up. And if you haven't found the queen, now you're going to have to look in that box and try to find her. You can do lots of things, but hopefully you'll find her. Without having bees in here, it's tough to tell you how to do it. I would put this right up in here, lean this up, however we need to on the door, so the bees can crawl into the home where you've put their queen. We're going to assume that you found the queen and you got her in there. Okay? Then we're just going to close her up. We're going to put the inner cover on, and then we're going to put the cover on. Now, you come out a few hours later, the bees should have all migrated into the hive. You can set that off to the side. I would keep it, use it all you can. The other thing I would do right off the bat is reduce your entrance. This is way too much for a new hive to guard and take care of. So we're going to reduce it down to a little over 2 inches or about 2 inches. Or if you have a frame, or your kit came with an entrance reducer, you can always use that right there. And that would reduce the entrance to that or the bigger one. And there you go. That's your hive setup. What you're going to do is watch this. Go ahead and get into it every week if you'd like. At some point within 2 or 3 weeks, probably closer to 3 depending on your climate, they will have started to fill out all these frames. So we're going to say it's 3 weeks from now, and we're going to get into the hive. Of course, you can smoke them, and that will calm them down a little bit. And then you open the hive. You might have to pop this lid off, and once you pop it, wait for a second, maybe a puff of smoke. Let the bees kind of know you're there. We're going to do everything really slow. And then we're going to look in here. You can do a hive inspection if you haven't already. Break the frames loose, look. But we're going to set it up like this has been drawn out. We have 7 to 8 of the 10 frames drawn out, and the bees are working it. What we mean by drawn out is they are clear, full of wax, and they would be full of either honey, nectar, pollen, and or baby bees, brood. So once you have that, you have the 7 to 8 frames. Now you can add another box. So we're going to take another box. And what we're going to do with this is to encourage them to use it. We're going to take 2 frames out of the center, and we're going to put this down, and we're going to come in here and we're going to find 2 frames of brood. So we're going to say, see the babies right here that didn't hatch in this frame? We're going to say this is a brood frame, and this one too, and we're going to put those in the center. We're close to it. And now we don't want to put too much pressure on these bees, so we're only going to put 1 new one in the center, and then we're going to close the gap, move these over, and put this other new one on the outside. There you go. Now, close up, tighten up your frames, get them all tight. We're going to put this box on top. Usually if there's a lot of bees, you want to put it on here and slowly turn it until you get them lined up. Then you're going to center those ones and then close it back up. So you put your inner cover on and your lid, and there you go. In my area, if this is a new colony, that would